you've all been waiting for, the colored brain. Now, but before we get to the colored brain, I need to ask you a question. Have you ever used a computer? Okay, that's probably a relevant question since you're probably even watching this video on a computer. So, okay, let's just assume that you know something about computers. For example, you may know that there are such things as PCs, and there are also such things as Macintosh. Alright? So, now the thing is that you may not know that a Macintosh was originally designed for graphics and multimedia kind of stuff. So a Macintosh processor is literally designed to handle graphics and multimedia much, much better than a PC. Now, PC on the other hand is designed for word processing, it's designed for number crunching, it's designed for, you know, doing spreadsheets, all that kind of stuff. And for that, a PC is actually a much faster, much easier computer to use. Okay, as far as the processor goes. Now we're not even talking software. Okay, why? Because now, see, even though in the beginning you couldn't get much stuff for the Macintosh that was, or for a PC that was in graphics, see now a PC, you can buy all sorts of graphic programs, and you know what? You can still do graphics on a PC. And can you do spreadsheets on a Mac? Absolutely. So both computers actually can do the same stuff. The difference is, how does the processor treat them? How does the processor literally run those programs? So, for example, you take a PC and you do graphics on the PC, what's going to happen is that that PC will run the graphics, but it will be a little bit slower than a Macintosh. And a Macintosh, yes, can do the spreadsheets, but it'll be a little bit slower than a PC. So let's just assume that your brain, the part of your head that's thinking, that's making all these things happen, that is interpreting what I'm saying and is understanding it and trying to put it into context so that you understand your own life, that whole big, amazing computer, let's just say that it is also running a specific type of processor. And let's just say that that processor will affect the way that you see and interpret the entire world around you. So let me ask you, have you ever been in a situation where you go and you try to explain something to someone, and you're being very, very clear, and you know that you're being very detailed, and you've given them very, very clear instructions on how to do this, and then they look at you and they go, huh? And you're going, oh my God, this person is an idiot! Has that ever happened? Well, the reason is not necessarily because they're an idiot. Okay, they might be, but chances are that it's just a different colored processor, a different way of interpreting the world. Let me ask you another question. When you were going to school, did you ever meet these people that seemed to be in a specific class? Maybe not all their classes, but they seemed to be able to go through a class without even studying. They were there and like you know, you're studying really hard to go through this class, and these other people, they just kind of go and, you know, play around, do all sorts of stuff, and meanwhile they get straight A's on their tests, and you're going, my gosh, these people must be really smart. Well, you know what? It's not necessarily that they were really smart. Let me give you a scenario. Let's just say, for example, you've got a professor or a teacher. And this teacher, well, let's say they've got a processor in there, but let's just say it's a red processor. So let's say, for example, that they have a red brain. Alright, so now if they've got red perception, they're wearing red colored glasses, that means that they're going to teach their class in a red way. And it means that the entire class structure is going to be designed in a red way. And it also means that when they deliver and speak, it is done in a red way. And when they get the papers, when they design their tests, these tests are designed and written in a red way. And when they get them back and grade them, they are being graded in a red way. And the kind of homework they give you is red homework. So if you're green or blue or purple, well, you're going to have a hard time because it's not red. On the other hand, if you're red, wow, it's very easy to understand. I mean, it's just like, it's so clear. You don't have to really study that hard because everything is designed and created and structured in the way that you clearly can see it and interpret it. But the problem is, not everybody has the same processor. So let's say you're green. You're going to look at this stuff and you're going to say, wow, this is not so easy to understand. I've got to figure out how to do this, and I've got to study a little bit more. I've got to reinterpret what is being said into my own way of understanding the world. So see, these guys weren't necessarily the smartest guys. They were just the people that had the same processor as the instructor, as the teacher. So if this is the way that we deal with or we interpret our world, well, that means that oftentimes a lot of the situations that cause us stress are caused because we are literally wearing different colored glasses. We have different processors in our brain. Now, if it's a different processor, we're not talking software. Okay? And this is not about personality. This is literally about the hardwired genetic processor that your brain is running in order to interpret what it sees and what it experiences. And this is what we're talking about when we look at the colored brain.